Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Italian game starts with bishop c4, which attacks the f7 pawn and prepares to castle quickly. Bishop c5 attacks the f2 pawn and helps control the important d4 square. c3 supports the d2, d4 pawn break and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. Knight f6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. d4 takes space in the center, attacks the e5 pawn and c5 bishop, and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. e takes d4 opens up the center and captures the d4 pawn. e5 attacks the knight and gains space in the center. d5 takes space in the center, allows the light-squared bishop to develop, and attacks the bishop on c4. Bishop b5 develops the bishop, prepares to castle, and pins the knight. Knight e4 moves the knight to safety, occupies the center, and defends the bishop. c takes d4 recaptures the pawn, attacks the bishop, and adds a defender to the e5 pawn. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. This offers an equal trade of pieces. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. White develops the bishop and attacks the center. This pins a knight, which restricts its mobility. The bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This moves the bishop to safety. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This overlooks an opportunity to eventually win material. Recaptures. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. A solid recapture by black, bringing a new piece into play. This is the only move that works. This protects an underdefended knight that is under attack. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. That's fine. This is a fair move. Black's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This defends the attacked pawn. A solid choice. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This threatens to win material through a skewer. This overlooks an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This threatens to win material through a tactic. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is an equal trade. Takes back. This is the only good move. The knight now occupies a secure outpost. This threatens to take an outpost with the knight. The bishop finds a new active square. This is not the right idea. This permits the opponent to take an open file with a rook. This threatens to eventually win material. This stops the opponent from being able to eventually win material. That's fine. This is a fair move. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This misses a better way to move a queen to safety. This permits the opponent to sacrifice a bishop for a nice tactic. Capturing while sacrificing the bishop was the right idea. This wins a bishop. This overlooks an opportunity to threaten checkmate. Recaptures. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. White was better off, but now their position is winning. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. This is the only move that works. This attacks black's pawn chain. This allows the opponent to eventually win a pawn. This is the way to win a pawn. Recaptures. This overlooks a better way to capture a free pawn. Right on target. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Pushing a passed pawn. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. There were worse moves, but also something much better. White still has an advantage, but they no longer have a winning position. This threatens to kick a rook. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This is an equal trade. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This overlooks a better way to evade the check from the opposing knight. This is the only good move. This moves the knight to safety. This evades the check from the knight. White still has the better position, but they lost their winning advantage. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. This is the only good move, pushing a passed pawn. This threatens to play checkmate. This threatens to eventually win a rook. This stops the opponent from being able to play checkmate. One of the best moves. This is the way to win a knight. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This misses an opportunity to tactically win a knight. This is the only move that works, pushing a passed pawn. A very strong play. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. That's fine. This is the strongest option. This defends the attacked knight. The passed pawn moves towards its goal.